All right, my darlings, let's do the next bill that's floating around. This one is S.7398-A and A.8205-A. This one is something that will establish grocery store wine licensees that will allow beer retailers and grocery stores to sell wine produced in New York State or produced from ingredients grown or produced in New York State. If you are just joining me, I am going to be reading to you the memo of opposition built by the Metro Package Store Association, the New York State Liquor Store Association, and the Retailers Alliance. There are 10 of these bills floating around our legislature right now that will greatly impact what we do and where you shop and the prices that you're going to pay. So let's get into it. Let's see. While expanding wine sales in grocery stores may seem like a matter of convenience, it presents serious challenges for local wine retailers who have dedicated years to building their businesses and serving their communities. These small, specialized stores rely on their expertise and the personal experience they provide with wine and spirits as their primary products. Allowing grocery stores to sell wine would dramatically threaten the financial stability of these liquor stores, placing them at a severe disadvantage. The likely result would be job losses, shuttered storefronts, and the closures of thousands of small, independent liquor stores across New York State. Although the bill aims to boost sales of New York wines by prioritizing those produced or sourced from local ingredients, its true beneficiaries would be the large supermarket chains and their wealthy owners, not small businesses. Local liquor stores have long supported New York wineries, fostering strong partnerships and promoting local products in ways that big box retailers cannot. Hang on. I don't know why, but I forgot the phone was sitting right there. I'm sorry. In ways that big box retailers cannot. If this legislation passes, it won't increase overall wine consumption in the state. It will simply shift sales from local shops to major grocery chains. Over time, this shift would open the door for large out-of-state and international wine brands to flood the market, as has happened elsewhere. For example, Colorado halted further expansion of supermarket liquor licensing after a wave of small store closures devastated local communities. If enacted, this legislation would likely face legal challenges from out-of-state producers, such as those in California and Europe, under the Commerce Clause, which bars states from passing laws that discriminate against or exclusively hinder interstate commerce. The Supreme Court's ruling in Granholm versus Heald, 2005, established that states cannot impose laws that favor in-state wineries over out-of-state competitors, as such measures constitute unconstitutional economic protectivism. If the proposed law is perceived as prioritizing New York wines, courts could invalidate it under Granholm, potentially requiring that the state to allow all wineries, regardless of origin, to sell in grocery stores. This outcome would directly contradict the bill's original intent to advantage local producers. The following are recent related legal developments. Reciprocity disputes New York's recent spirits shipping law, which mandates reciprocity for out-of-state distillers, is already facing a Commerce Clause lawsuit from a California producer. Wine shipping precedent. Federal courts have previously struck down New York laws that blocked out-of-state wineries from shipping directly to consumers while permitting in-state wineries to do so. That's a big thing, let me tell you. Market parity, the Granholm decision and subsequent ruling, e.g. Tennessee Wine and Spirit Retailers Association versus Thomas, 2019, emphasized that states cannot enact residency-based alcohol sales restrictions without violating the Commerce Clause. As a result, a ruling against New York could compel equal treatment for all wineries in grocery stores, undermining the bill's goal of privileging local producers. The result would be devastating to New York's independent liquor store retailers. With that being said, what the hell does all of that mean? We've talked about this before, that New York wanted this like kumbaya moment of, oh, we're going to promote New York stuff. And isn't it wonderful? It might be wonderful, but it's also illegal. So the stuff you see behind me, these bottles, regardless of where they came from, do not pay for shelf space. So say, for example, Honest Thief knows that its bottle is roughly 3 inches wide. It would be then renting 3 inches wide of shelf space from the grocery stores. Now, it's one thing when it's a major brand doing it, but when you're talking about a small family-owned winery, they don't have that money. I talk about these guys all the time. Hummingbird Hills Winery out of Fultonville, New York. They make just delicious wines. I'm biased, I know. But here's the thing. I am biased for this small family-owned winery. I love telling people it's a small batch winery. There's 0 sugar added for the dry wines. There's no grapes in the fruit wine. And it's 75% less sulfates than other brands. Do you think the grocery store is going to do that? Probably not. Do you think that they're going to care that there's less sulfates? No, it's just a bottle. I used to put prices on the shelves in a grocery store nearby, and it didn't matter if it was a light version or a regular version or whatever. It was a product. It was on the shelf. That's all it was. So if you want to tell a New York winery that now you have to go next door, now you have to rent that shelf space, and you're going to lose people that actually believe in your product, what financial incentive do they have? They don't. Nobody's going to promote their stuff. Nobody's going to care. Nobody is going to hand sell the bottle to somebody when they come in and say, hey, I'm looking for like an all elderberry or an all blackberry or an all apple, whatever it is. They're not going to care. We care in liquor stores because we want our customers to be happy in a way that I don't feel the grocery stores do. Not to mention one little thing, price. People notice when their favorite bottle of wine changes price, but they don't notice it necessarily when their favorite brand of cereal changes price, or it goes on sale, or whatever. We expect those changes in price every week. And they do. They move every week. If grocers start moving these prices around weekly, it's going to drive people away from it. I realize it happens with everything in their store pretty much, but this is different. This is somebody's livelihood. And it's another small business in New York that we need to keep. The grocery store is not going to be tickled pink to be able to carry the cooking wine from Hummingbird like we do. They're not going to tell you that that tomato wine is great for those that love Bloody Marys. New Yorkers like New York stuff. It's a feel-good thing. It's a let's keep our neighbors employed. Let's do this together. And grocers don't view it that way. So let me know what you think. How would you do it? Would you realize that it ain't broke, that it does not need to be fixed? Or what's your thought? I'm going to tag Hummingbird because, again, we promote their products quite a bit because we believe in them. We believe in Galway Rock. We believe in Adirondack. We believe in our distillers that are New York. We have a lot of stuff. And we're going to do a show from 12 to 3 on Saturday with just New York stuff. So come by and see us. Let's have that conversation and we'll go from there. Thanks so much. I'm going to promote or put the still at the end of this video so you know who to reach out to, like we have been doing for the others. So I have a lot of emails to write.